Okay, let's go.
Please excuse my messy room. I'm not usually like this. Don't look at this. Titles are important in media. YouTube videos, books, movies, YouTube videos. They all have them. According to Google, a title is the name of a book, composition, or other artistic work. And fun fact, the actual word title comes from the word titulus in Latin, which means inscription or label, and multiple tituluses would be called tituli. Like your mom in a sundress, titles create attraction to a work. What I mean by that is some titles can create attraction and work for others, while some don't. For example, some people are attracted to sophisticated titles like Catcher in the Rye and
Inshallah.
And then some people are attracted to titles like These Big Nuts. Brilliant. Titles are such a subtle thing in media because they give so much to a potential customer for how limited they are. It's just text, something we can call and refer to. Maybe you'll see it on the poster of a movie, the cover of a book, or even sprinkled and said out loud in those magical moments when one of the characters say the actual title and you're like, bro, I understand why this movie's called that. And it's like Transformers 5, like the Dark Nuts.
Hey, Paul!
Patrick, it's you. You're the American Psycho.
Like those, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like those epic moments. They're there to lure you in, gain your attention, and either make the media you're consuming a holy shit classic, or make you realize you just read a book called Images Not to Masturbate To. They set a tone in the media you're consuming as well. Like, for example, you're looking for a fantasy book, right? And you're trying to find titles that stick out to you. Like, titles that give you Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings energy. And you find two books. One called Wizards of Waverly Place Super Switch or The Golden Compass. Obviously, you would choose Wizards of Waverly Place Super Switch, because Wizards, that's way more fantasy than The Golden Compass. Like, what the fuck? I already know what question you guys are asking me. But Nick, I get why titles are so important, but how deep does titling get? Well, fuck, I can't say that. Well, faithful viewer, let me tell you, it does not get that deep. So basically, there are like 4 types of book titling. Okay, first off, there's the clear title. This is basically like the most basic sort of title. It's usually one word and like straight to the point. Think of media like Dracula, Cuphead, Oedipus. Those are clear titles. They're easy to remember, kind of boring, and just alright personally. Then the descriptive title. The descriptive title has more detail and is way, well, not way, but like kind of more complex than the clear title. It could be long and ambiguous, but due to its length and the ambiguity, it could be kind of hard to remember the title itself. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Wolf Among Us, The Kissing Booth. These are examples of descriptive titles, and as you can see, they do have the potential problem of being a bit long. And honestly, they're just extensions of the clear title. Like, for example, you could expand clear titles to be descriptive titles. Dracula in Transylvania,
To the town of Al.
Oedipus and Incestitus, Jane Eyre Laid Bare. Continuing with cool, awesome titles is my personal favorite, the symbolic title. Symbolic titles carry a deep meaning in the title, bro. And once you finally get the title, like your mind will forever be expanded, and it's like this cool epic moment. I think by far it's one of the most unique kind of titling out of the 4, but it also scares off the more normie audiences in media. And honestly, you need like a deeper understanding in the media you're consuming, or else you just won't get it. Like, To Kill a Mockingbird is a good example of this type of a symbolic titling. Once you read the book, you'll finally like get why it's called To Kill a Mockingbird. It's not to kill an actual mockingbird. Metal Gear Solid is another user of this technique too. Like, before you play Metal Gear Solid, you're not gonna know what the fuck a Metal Gear Solid is. And after playing the game, you still won't know what the fuck a Metal Gear Solid is. I honestly don't really know. It's like that big robot thing, right? Like, you have to go to Reddit to like find and like ask questions like, what the fuck is everything? And honestly, I think that's what makes a good symbolic title. If you have to like search up what the fuck everything means in the book or like movie or in the video game, like to the point you need to go to the title, like I think that makes a good symbolic title. So yeah, that's the symbolic title. Not much else to say about it. Just don't be a fucking normie and like just get big brain like me, bro. Finally, the most difficult to understand, the distinguished title. Oh Jesus Christ, it's hot as fuck. Oh yeah, I made my bed and like cleaned up my room because I couldn't take it anymore. I'm not that type of person.
Oh, no, I'm a Starbucks.
Anyway, back to the distinguished title. This title is kind of hard to explain because it's supposed to be original, but it's not, but it kind of is. Alright, I'm going to try to explain it. Distinguished titles are original and unique, but they use themes that have been used in the past and are already popular and included in the title. The popularity of the theme encompasses the title and what it's trying to show and attract, if that makes sense. A good example of this is Star Wars and Star Trek. Both titles use the word star to convey the theme of space. And from that word association alone, they both have something in common. But we both know that Star Wars is not the same as Star Trek. Like Star Wars, like lightsabers, but like Star Trek, you have like, I don't even know, like this thing, like Leonard Nimoy. Yeah, they're two different things. Like, you know, there's a difference between them, even though they share the same star word. Wars? Trek? I feel like this title can convey both a clear title and a descriptive title. Maybe it shouldn't count as its own kind of titling, but like whatever, I don't give a fuck. This is my video. Obviously, this title can also lead to problems of copyright and originality, even though like you can't copyright a title like that. Like, I think I read that somewhere. I don't think you can copyright a title. Now that you know the different types of titling, that's, I think, it. There's nothing else much about titling. I shall now commence my top 10 titles as a title video. This is now a title video. A top 10 title video. Number 10, The Big Book of Lesbian Horror Stories. Number 9, Who Cares About Elderly People? Number 8, The Best Dad is a Good Lover. Number 7, Castration, the advantages and the disadvantages. Number 6, Make Your Own Sex Toys. Number 5, In Cold Blood. Number 4, Are Women Human? Number 3, Eating Children, Population Control and the Food Crisis. Number 2, The Joy of Uncircumcising. And finally, number 1, drum roll please. Because of Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.